Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher, your sculptor, your silent companion in the dark hours when no one is watching. The world has taught us to avoid pain, to run from it, to numb it, to hide behind comfort. But the truth is, this pain is the pathway, not the punishment. Every moment of struggle is carving something powerful inside you. Every sleepless night, every failure, every heartbreak, it's shaping the version of you that can handle the greatness you've been praying for. Think about it. Diamonds don't form in comfort. They're born under pressure. Steel isn't strong until it's been through the fire. The same law applies to you. Pain is not sent to destroy you. It's sent to prepare you, to strengthen you, to train you for the weight of what's coming. You cannot carry big dreams with weak shoulders, and pain is the training ground that builds those shoulders. When everything in you screams, quit. When your body aches and your spirit feels crushed, understand this, that moment is sacred. It's where transformation happens. Growth doesn't happen in peace. It happens in the storm. Every challenge you endure is forming character, patience, endurance, and depth. The version of you that will win, the one who will rise, is being molded in silence through struggle. Most people see pain as a punishment for trying, but the truth, it's a reward for stepping up. Pain means you're in motion. Pain means you're growing. Pain means you're not sitting still while life passes you by. It's proof that you're alive, that you're fighting, that you still believe there's more inside you. So the next time life hurts, don't curse it. Don't run. Look it in the eye and say, thank you for building me. Because every ounce of discomfort is turning you into someone unbreakable. The people who make it to the top are not the ones who avoided pain. They're the ones who learn to walk through it. Remember, pain is not here to hold you back. It's here to hand you the keys to your next level. Embrace it. Endure it. Because on the other side of that pain lies everything you've ever wanted. Motivation spark. Bright, exciting, but temporary. It ignites easily when everything feels right, when the music's loud, when the dream feels close. But what happens when that spark dies? When you wake up and the fire isn't there? That's when discipline steps in. Discipline is the muscle that moves when motivation is gone. It's what gets you out of bed when every voice in your head says, stay down. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is decision. One depends on how you feel. The other depends on who you are. Motivation will cheer for you when the journey begins, but it will disappear when the road gets hard. Discipline, though, discipline will stand beside you in the rain, in the silence, in the exhaustion. It doesn't ask if you feel ready. It commands you to move anyway. Every great achievement you've ever admired was built on discipline, not excitement, not mood. The athletes, the creators, the leaders, they don't rely on feeling inspired every day. They rely on systems, routines, and habits that don't care about feelings. They train when they're tired. They study when they're bored. They work when nobody's watching. That's what separates the average from the unstoppable. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. It's the quiet repetition, the daily commitment, the unglamorous grind. You won't always feel like doing the work, and that's exactly why it matters. Because the days you don't feel like it, those are the days that define you. Anyone can act when it's easy. True warriors act when it's hard. Stop waiting for motivation to show up. It's unreliable. It's seasonal. Some days it'll push you, other days it'll vanish. But discipline, that's loyalty. That's consistency. That's what keeps you standing long after the excitement has faded. When you master discipline, you stop negotiating with weakness. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the right mood. You start becoming the kind of person who does what needs to be done, regardless of emotion. Remember this, motivation will get you started, but discipline will make you unstoppable. Build discipline, and you'll never have to depend on fleeting inspiration again. Because when motivation sleeps, discipline wakes, and that's when winners rise. Success doesn't come from a single great moment. It comes from 1,000 small, consistent actions stacked day after day, even when no one sees them. True strength isn't built in one burst of energy. It's forged in repetition, in the daily grind, in the quiet commitment to keep showing up. The world celebrates results, but the real power lies in the process. Consistency is the difference between wishing and winning. Anyone can work hard for a day. Anyone can give their all when they feel inspired. But very few can do it every single day. When it's boring, when it's slow, when there's no applause and no guarantee of success, That's where champions are made, in the unseen hours, in the unnoticed moments, in the small choices that seem insignificant, but over time change everything. The gym you don't skip, the study session you push through, the business call you make even when tired. Each act might feel small, but consistency compounds. It builds momentum. It rewires your brain to expect effort, not comfort. The more consistent you are, the stronger your habits become, and your habits eventually become your destiny. The truth is, greatness doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, it's unglamorous, it's repetitive. It's showing up even when progress feels invisible. The world won't always reward your effort right away, but that's not your concern. Your job is to plant, water, and repeat because consistency always brings harvest. Consistency is also self respect. It's keeping promises you made to yourself. Every time you follow through, even when it's hard, you prove to your own mind that you can be trusted. That builds unshakable confidence. That's the foundation of mental toughness. Not motivation, not hype, but consistency. And remember, you don't have to move fast, you just have to keep moving. A slow grind beats an occasional sprint every time. Because while others stop and start, you keep building brick by brick. Eventually, the results will speak so loudly, you won't have to. So don't chase intensity, chase consistency. Because it's not what you do once that defines you. It's what you do every single day when no one's watching. Keep showing up, keep grinding. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary lives. Discomfort is not your enemy, it's your invitation. Every time life gets uncomfortable, every time things start to hurt, that's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're growing. Growth never happens in comfort. It happens when you step into the unknown, when you're pushed to your limits, when you're forced to face what you've been avoiding. The truth is simple: if it hurts, it's probably building you. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort, staying safe, staying average, staying the same. They want progress without pressure, results without resistance, but that's not how growth works. A seed doesn't break open without struggle. Muscles don't grow without tension. Your character doesn't develop without challenge. Every form of greatness you admire was forged in discomfort. When life stretches you, it's preparing you. That pain you feel, it's not punishment, it's the process. Discomfort is the tool life uses to expand your capacity. It's the weight that strengthens your resolve, the storm that builds your endurance, the test that proves your power. You can't discover how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Most people run from discomfort because it feels like suffering, but the wise learn to lean into it. They understand that pain is temporary, but the lessons it teaches last forever. When you embrace discomfort, you turn fear into fuel. You start to see obstacles not as problems, but as opportunities. Every moment that tests you is actually training you. There's a version of you that exists on the other side of pain. Stronger, sharper, wiser, unshakable. But you'll never meet that version if you keep retreating into comfort. The things you avoid are the very things designed to elevate you. So when it hurts, don't pull back. Push through. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. The moment you stop running from it, you start growing through it. You'll realize that what once scared you now strengthens you. What once broke you now builds you. So embrace the discomfort. Let it stretch you. Let it shape you. Because every time you walk through pain instead of around it, you come out more powerful than before. Growth doesn't come easy, but it's always worth it. Your mind is powerful, powerful enough to push you forward or hold you prisoner. Every time you set a goal, your mind starts whispering reasons why you can't. It tells you you're too tired, too late, too old, too inexperienced. It tells you to wait for the right moment, as if success waits for perfect timing. Your mind will give you 1,000 reasons to stop, but only one reason is enough to continue, because you said you would. That's where strength begins, when you decide that your word to yourself matters. Excuses are easy. Discipline is hard. Your brain will always look for the path of least resistance. It's wired to protect you, to keep you comfortable, to keep you safe. But safe never built strength. Comfort never made a warrior. Growth happens when you look your excuses in the eye and say, not today. When you tell yourself you'll do something and you do it, you build trust within your own mind. That's how confidence is born, not from achievement, but from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you follow through, even when it hurts, you're teaching your mind who's in charge. You're proving that you control it. not the other way around. Excuses will always sound reasonable. They'll come disguised as logic, as self-care, as rest, as not feeling ready. But behind every excuse is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of effort. The difference between the average and the elite is not that one feels fear and the other doesn't. It's that one moves anyway. You must become mentally unshakable. You must decide that your actions are louder than your emotions. You must push when your mind says stop, because that's where breakthroughs happen. Right after your excuses run out, the mind can be your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. Master it, command it. Tell yourself, I finish what I start. That single decision to keep going when every part of you wants to stop will separate you from the crowd. Excuses create regret. Discipline creates freedom. So when the voice of doubt rises, silence it with action. You don't need 10 reasons to continue. You just need one, because you said you would. The world is filled with talented people who never made it, brilliant minds, gifted athletes, creative souls who had everything except persistence. Talent opens the door, but persistence keeps it open. Because when talent gets tired, persistence keeps going. When talent gets discouraged, persistence gets tougher. When talent walks away, persistence digs deeper. It's not about being the smartest, the strongest, or the fastest. It's about being the one who refuses to stop when everyone else does. Most people quit not because they can't reach their goal, but because they get tired of trying. They mistake delay for denial. But persistence knows delay is not defeat. Persistence keeps moving forward when progress feels invisible. It understands that consistency, not genius, creates success. The truth is, the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards perseverance. Talent might give you a head start, but persistence determines if you finish the race. Every great success story you've ever heard has one thing in common: someone refused to quit. They kept showing up after rejection. They kept working after failure. They kept believing when no one else did. That's the power of persistence. You see, persistence is not glamorous. It's not loud or celebrated. It's quiet, gritty, and relentless. It shows up early. It stays late. It doesn't care about applause or validation. It doesn't need motivation. It needs only one thing: a decision to continue. When you reach the point where others stop, that's your advantage. That's where the weak fall away and the strong rise. Success doesn't belong to the most gifted. It belongs to the most consistent. The one who refuses to accept defeat, who keeps swinging even when their arms are heavy, who keeps climbing even when the mountain seems endless. Persistence is the proof of faith. It's saying, I'm not done yet. It's fighting for your dream when the world calls it impossible. It's knowing that as long as you're still in the game, you still have a chance to win. So don't envy talent. Outlast it. Don't depend on luck. Outwork it. Because at the end of the day, persistence always wins when talent quits. And if you refuse to stop, nothing can stop you.